That belongs in a museum.
Is a big pickup, but I think you just probably need to be safe here and just take the guaranteed clear on the Emperor Thordasan. It looks like that is what he's going to go for.
Yeah. He's getting the clear while playing.
Right. Yeah, I say there is the potential to just be extremely aggressive and just take the potential 50-50 on the rag, but the face damage isn't valuable enough where your opponent is still at 30, so he's just going to take the safe line, develop the rag, and one sap in the deck. We've said it a bunch of times. Yeah. How is he going to deal with this Ragnaros?
He can almost kill it. He's got 4 damage from hand with the SI7s, 5 with the fan. If he was able to connect a little bit more damage somewhere in there, so.
Is it Swashbuckler into Mulch time? Is that the plan?
That would be a good plan. I definitely think you start with Swashbuckler because you have other plays that, it's 6 mana plays. And then I think you just throw down 2 Tomb Pillagers and look to do Malagos Coin Fan of Knives next turn. Dealing 6 damage across the board and hopefully killing everything that your opponent plays. And hopefully something is left to line up with this Ragnaros so you can finish that off.
Yep, and based on the look of the hand now, unless he wants to mulch a Tomb Pillager, which I'm sure he does not, then
he's going for it.
Oh, he is going to do it. This is huge. Now mulching the Pillager, innovating out the Arcane Giant. So now if the Rag snipes the 5-4, there is no clear for 2 of these huge minions on the board. Even if the Rag goes face, then still Malagos Fan of Knives is not good enough. There's 2 8/8s on the board.
Okay. Yeah, I think that that's part of the logic with mulching there is just to play around Malagos stuff. Your health total on your board is, and he's able to mill a card from Muzzy. So yeah, I actually, the more I think about the aggressive usage of mulch there, the better it looks, just because you're able to deny your opponent a lot of board clear options by simply having such great health on the board.
Did we mention there's 1 sap in this deck? Because that seems like a problem right now.
Yeah, I think Muzzy might just have to. I mean, even if you go all in with Malagos, what does it accomplish? Your opponent can just on board kill it off.
Yeah, it's just really not getting the job done right. Coin, Fan of Knives is going to take care of just the 7/6 here. Does have the Sinister Strike as well, which he can cast, might as well. It's at its maximum value, but does nothing to address the state of the board. And noblord is not far off from just having a lethal setup here, or a 50-50 lethal setup. So noblord just needs to find that extra bit of gas to push through here. Does have the Emperor in hand as another huge threat to develop. Ancient of War as well now, but now this is kind of an awkward situation. Like, do you throw away an 8-2 to have a chance of killing a Malagos? Like, either attack you make here, you are relying on Ragnaros following your lead, right?
Yeah,
so no matter what you do, there is an inherent risk to the play.
I think the one that, whichever one that when Ragnaros follows your lead puts you in a better position is the one I would take, because either way it's a 50-50, right?
Yes.
So if you kill the Malagos 50% of the time, or you go face, and if you go face, your opponent's just dead. So I guess going face might be better.
Good rag, although that fan is enormous. That is the single best draw in the deck right now. There was not a better card he could have picked up. Probably ends up cycling the Shiv just on face first, although he could just clean Shiv and fan on the Ancient of War, right, as well.
Yeah, the Malagos can also kill the Ancient of War if that's ends up being your only way to be able to kill it.
Yep.
Or double SI can kill it if you want to develop 2 of those bad boys.
Yeah, Shiv Face seems fine here. It does maximize your damage. You have 12 health on that Malagos, so using it as a trading tool is not a big deal at all. And now that single Fan of Knives has just absolutely flipped this game on its head. Now noblord is just essentially on damage outs or Deathwing outs. That is basically his plan now.
He's got another mulch in the deck, so he does have the ability. It's a baby Malagos.
It really is.
Yeah, and we can trace this back to, noblord decided to use the mulch as the tempo play, and got a little bit punished for that, because it allowed Muzzy to make this Malagos play.
And it really has swung. There's the Deathwing, though! That is huge. Slam the Deathwing. Cross your fingers. You haven't seen a sap yet. If it is not there now, you are going through to the semis. Is that enough damage to clear? I'm not sure it is. He doesn't have the mana to get the double spell damage boost. So that would be a 7 damage Shadow Strike off the Moonkin. Yeah, it's just not good enough.
That's not the sap.
Auctioneer is a whiff.
Auctioneer, backstab, prep sap.
That is a line. That's something he could have done for sure. Muzzy just doesn't even go for it. There was a very minor out for Muzzy, but the Deathwing, the tech decision for Noblord, the card that stood out of his entire lineup as a niche decision,